we go.
And it's going to be San Antonio off the tip. Now a look at Dallas's starting lineup. On the wings, it's Dinwiddie and Hardaway Jr. Then there's Doncic. Then there's Dwight Powell. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 4 spot. Looking at Dallas, they took that win in their last game against Houston. He feeds it to Powell. And he uses the glass on the layup.
Well, that's just a good possession. Dorian Finney-Smith moving the ball. He's been working on that aspect of his game.
Well, technical fouls have been an issue for Luka Doncic since he entered the league.
First of all, you love his passion, but I think we've seen real progress in this regard, and that's because you understand if you're Luka Doncic, you need to play high minutes for your team.
Now let's send it down to David Aldridge, who was able to talk with Greg Popovich.
Thanks, Kevin. Looking at these matchups, he thinks they can pound the ball inside with success. He wants them to get points in the paint early, force the defense to collapse, and then play inside out. We'll see if the opponent sticks to that game plan as well, guys.
Okay, David, much appreciated.
Well, this is the kind of shot we've come to expect him to make. He's got to be upset with that one.
Doncic kicks the foul. Goes straight to the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. That one on Jakob Poeltl.
I think this is where Powell is really trying to improve, right? Sacrificing his body, taking it right to the defense.
And Powell, no good on that one. The Spurs have gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. Here's Johnson. It's good.
Can't allow Johnson to get that deep. Once he's there, he's going to be able to score.
And that was the Mobile One drive. Well worth a second look.
And that's what a coach loves to see in a close game. Just put your head down and make something happen.
Doncic. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
Yeah, going hard to the rack, making a statement here early on.
And this is why you get the ball into his hands. Let him establish the pace and rhythm of the game.
Count that one.
Well, with big hands and nice touch, Poeltl knows how to finish in the post. This guy has a lot in his arsenal.
Now, Doncic. He's one of the most resourceful scorers you'll ever see. He's generating an average of around 33.5 points a game. Out left to the wing. Finney-Smith passes to Dinwiddie. Lock at 6. On the wing, Doncic. It's stolen by Jones. Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. Here's Vassell. The three-pointer, no good. And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for the Dallas Mavericks. It's a 5-point game.
Well, you want some unselfishness from a guy who's capable of scoring. And Tim Hardaway says, you know what? My teammate's open. I'm going to get him the ball.
Here's Jones following the score by Dallas. Pass to Poeltl. Back to Jones. 6 to shoot. Doncic with the steal. Lobbed up there for Powell. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
How about the ups of Dwight Powell? He's making these lobs look easy.
First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. Jones, the pass to Vassell. Here's Johnson. Back to Vassell. Shot clock at 6. Doesn't go for him. Dinwiddie with some nice D. And it's Vassell with the foul. That's his first foul. So San Antonio goes with a fresh 5 on the floor.
Team foul. Substitution on court.
Here's Doncic. Really played well against Houston in his last outing. And the dunk by Doncic.
and they have owned the paint so far, and the score reflects it.
I know it's early, but you have got to like the dominance down low. Right now, they are playing bully basketball.
Here's Roby. 11-point game. Richardson right side. That one, no good. Now the Mavericks with it. They're on a 15-4 run right now. Pass to Powell. Here's Finney-Smith. Back to Powell. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Boy, Powell is proving to be a handful inside. Does a good job utilizing his long arms to get the call.
And a look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Mavericks.
And they've set the tone from the jump. They're looking to pound it inside and score in the paint.
And the other thing I love, how they're making the extra pass. They're not settling for the first shot. They're going from good to great.
And the Mavs fans are hoping this team, Doris, is poised to repeat the success of the early 2000s.
Well, Kevin, I think you have to look at the deep run into the playoffs from last year where they finally figured out the pieces they need to have around their great star, Luka Doncic. Obviously, you need shooting across positions, but I think one thing you need to consider if you're the Dallas Mavericks, paint protection is critical. High-level defenders are critical. So do you need that presence in the paint and a vertical threat at the cup to enhance Luka's skills even more?
Hardaway against Collins. On the wing, Hardaway. McGee inside. He's defended by McDermott. Count that bucket.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Doncic against Richardson. San Antonio again missing. Dallas leading by 14. Here's Hardaway down low. And it's McGee with the jam.
It's impressive, the level of domination at both ends, and you're seeing the results.
You know this. It's not easy building a lead on the road, but this team has been lights out throughout the game.
There's 31 seconds left to play here in the first. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Guys, what you love about Josh Richardson, he can stretch you out with his shooting ability. He can guard multiple positions, and you know every night you're going to get great effort.
Josh Richardson. 2 shots.
He hits one and misses one, each at the line. Dallas with the ball. They're on a 20-5 run here. To the paint. Here's Green. Back falls. Nice feed that time from Walker.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
McDermott kicks to Richardson. Driving the lane. 1 second left. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. And so it's the Dallas Mavericks out in front by 17 points at the end of the quarter. They've had such great ball movement and shot selection, and it's led to a terrific field goal percentage. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And quite a position here for the Mavericks to be in. What do you think, guys?
The offense firing on all cylinders. They dominated that first period.
That's exactly the start you want. You take complete command. Now you've got to maintain that focus.
Sharing the wing spots, it's Vassell and Johnson. Then there's Pirtle, then it's Jones. And it's Sochan in at the 4. So that's who San Antonio starts the second with. Offensive rebound, Pirtle. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play.
This team loves it when Pirtle can make an impact on the offensive glass. There's a lot of ways he can get his points, but this is an easy one.
And you look at Jakob Pirtle, great touch and presence inside the paint. Can get you with a move or just power his way to the hoop.
Now, here's Vassell. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. And the shot goes in.
Boy, getting his points the hard way. Jakob has to absorb contact and able to use his strength there.
And it'll be the Mavericks with their first time out here of the game. And Greg Pirtle has so many options to score inside.
And that's why he's such an efficient scorer, Kevin. Very composed at the rim. Doesn't need a lot of time to get his shot off inside.
And Dallas going with a whole new group out there. Green finds Walker. And Pirtle pulls it down. Spurs trail by 13. Jones with it. He's picked up by Walker. Jones looking for an opening. Pirtle with a screen on Walker. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Jones for 3. The Mavericks pull it in. 17 points was their biggest margin. Walker dishes to McGee. And the slam dunk by McGee.
How about the big guy attacking the rim? The throwdowns are loud and emphatic.
And so it's Jones. He'll bring it up for the San Antonio Spurs. Only giving up 2 points this quarter. Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Thanks very much. Now, for 22 straight years, San Antonio made the playoffs. They haven't made the last 3 postseasons, and former Spur Robert Horry worries if they'll ever be relevant again, saying, "I hate to say that. San Antonio is a small market. Guys just aren't going to go there." And that's a dire prediction for such a storied and successful franchise, Kevin.
Wow, no kidding, David. All right, thank you. Greg, we know the league's cracking down on those dangerous plays that risk a player's health. Why was that less of a focus when you played?
That's a great question. I think it's smarter to approach the game this way. We don't want to have unnecessary injuries because of guys maybe just taking it a little too far with the physicality.
And the shot is good. The Maverick lead has been cut down to just 12 points with the basket from Johnson. Walker against Jones. And Walker kicks to Wood. Passes it to Bullock. McGee in the corner. Dallas needs to get off a shot, and they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. Jang, he's checked in for the Spurs. The Spurs have gone 4 of 7 from the field in this second quarter so far. Outside, Jones. The pass to Johnson. For his 4th field goal of the game on just 5 shots. And here in the second quarter of action as we approach 4 minutes played. Doncic looking it over. To the wing on the left. Here's Finney-Smith. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic. Doncic has got his 4th assist in this one.
Every team in search of players with this skill set. Dorian Finney-Smith, the prototypical 3. And yes, he can D as well.
For San Antonio, they have made 1 of 3 free throws in the game.
And when you look at that free throw percentage on the season, they're right around 73%.
Line for your Spurs, Gorgie Jake.
First free throw is good.
You'd be hard-pressed to find an area where Zhang's growth has not been seen. No longer a guy you can send in the line.
And that's another area where he is just a superb player. Excellent at the free throw line.
Now, here's Doncic. He has 6. Powell sets a screen for Doncic. And the rejection by Jang.
Well, the timing, a very natural aspect of what Gorgui Dieng does on the defensive end.
Vassell, the pass to Roby. Dieng against Powell. And Dieng kicks to Vassell. Clock at 4. Here's Roby. That 3 off the mark. Dallas leading by 11. Here's Doncic. Pass to Finney-Smith. Doncic outside. And he banks in the layup. Doncic has got 8 points.
Well, the ability to work around the defense and get himself free for a shot despite being in the paint. That is a beautiful play by Luka.
Spurs have gotten just over 50% of their shots to drop here in the second quarter. They're 5 for 9. Now, here's Vassell. Guarded by Doncic. Shoots the 3. They get it back. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Oh, great timing. He is one tough customer on that offensive glass.
You know, it's like he has a sixth sense of where that rebound is going. Inside. And then Hardaway with the dunk.
Luka Doncic made it known early in his career he is one of the best passers in the NBA.
Now, here's Vassell. Guarded by Doncic. McDermott sets a screen. To the left wing, Roby. A three-pointer off the mark. Mavericks leading by 13. And here is Doncic. He's got 8. Locked up there for Powell. And the dunk by Powell.
Well, Luka Doncic has an innate sense for when his teammates are open, and boy, does he deliver it.
And so we conclude the first half. Mavericks lead by 15. And we'll get going after this from AT&T Center.
Hey there, everybody. Shaq says hi. Kenny says hi, too. Yes, we are in the midst of the NBA season and a perfect time to see how things...
Looking at Dallas. This has some...
And now, looking back on that first half, things were really clicking out there for the Mavericks.
Their efficiency on offense jumping off the charts in the first half. They've been focused on getting quality looks, and they're shooting a high percentage because of it.
No question they put themselves in a great position right now.
And that is a wrap. Now let's send you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third quarter.
Welcome back. The calendar has flipped over, and so have we, into the second half of our broadcast. We've seen Dwight Powell really having a great game.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
You know, as a coach, you can preach good shot selection, but it's up to the players to execute, and this guy has done just that.
Getting underway in the second half, here's the 5 for Jason Kidd. Kemba Walker is out there with Green. Then there's Reggie Bullock. Then it's Christian Wood. And it's McGee in at center, locking down the middle. Here's Pirtle. Kemba Walker making his last shot. Here's Johnson. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
Terrific play call to give him a clean look at the rim. That's how you want to start the second half.
Well, there is nothing better than catching a rhythm as early as possible, and boy, that's a terrific start right there.
Now here's Walker. He gives the team some steady offense, a bit under 10 points a game. Basket, good. Wood's got his first basket.
Just no resistance inside at all. They are feasting. This is a straight buffet.
It is. It's a big one. And load the plate. Here's Jones. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Johnson, wide open. He fires. The long distance 3 is buried.
Just a positive force right now for these guys. And though his team has fallen a bit short, it's not because of him.
Now here is McGee, and another basket for Dallas.
Yeah, these defenders just looked a bit overmatched, especially inside.
Now here's Vassell, guarded close. Jones with it. He's making his presence felt offensively with his scoring average up there at almost 13 points a game.
That's how you do it. The D looked helpless on that possession.
Mavericks leading by 14. Green inside, covered by Vassell. Wood can't hit.
They tried to stay perfect in the half, but 3 for 4 now.
Vassell finds Jones. And Kemba Walker is going to pick up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Langford's checked in for Vassell.
Substitution on the court.
Sochan, the pass to Jones. Now here is Pirtle. 6 on the shot clock, and they pick up 2. Pirtle's got 8.
And still perfect in the second half. 4 straight makes.
That was a second look at our Mobile One drive. Amazing control on display.
It's all about the ability to get 2 feet in the paint, whether it's creating for a teammate or for yourself.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Now here's Jones. Pass to Langford. Johnson against Hardaway. Johnson attacking. Great D that time from Powell.
But only the first miss of the second half. They've come out here with authority.
Here's Doncic, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Spurs will take it. Here's a look at the schedule now for Dallas. On Monday, they'll be playing the Rockets in Houston. And then on Thursday, they'll be playing against Blake Griffin and the Boston Celtics.
And for that game against the Thunder, this is one where it would take a complete meltdown for them not to come away with the win. Anything can happen, but I'd be shocked if they don't come out on top.
And now we've got some time to check in from the sideline. You got for us, DA?
Thanks very much. In recent years, the NBA has opened several international academies. Commissioner Adam Silver says huge numbers of people are playing basketball, but unless you take the best at a young age, get them facing elite competition and training under high-pressure circumstances, they won't develop into NBA-caliber players. Kevin?
Well, opening doors, David. That's always a good thing. Expansion. Thank you. Here's Doncic. Following the score by Jakob Poeltl. Dallas calls timeout. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game. And that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
Here's Richardson after the made shot from Christian Wood. Yep, it goes, and the Dallas lead is cut down to just 12 points on the bucket from Collins.
Well, defensively, to me, you've got to do a better job communicating once the screen comes.
Now, here's Walker. Passes it to Wood. And finished off by Wood.
And there's a lot of power behind Woods' dunks. He's not going to get cheated when he takes it to the rim.
For San Antonio, they've gone 6 of 9 from the floor here in the second half. They've got to be happy with that. Outside Collins. Lets it go from deep. It's good from long range. Collins has got 5 points so far.
Well, the defense daring him to shoot, and he makes them pay for their disrespect.
Walker in the corner. To the inside. Stolen by Collins. The pass to McDermott. Here's Bates Diop. Pass to Langford. Collins, a screen on Green. Kicks it out to Richardson. Again, the Spurs good for 2.
You have to be prepared to shoot on the catch. Teammate wants to deliver it, you've got to make it. Josh Richardson, deadly.
Collins against McGee. Here's Wood. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely. Wood's got 8 points in the quarter.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
One thing we've learned in the NBA, the game is never over. So you've got to continue to score, continue to build your lead.
McDermott for 3, and he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. And so it's Dallas. Their lead at 11 points to end the quarter. Their lead is where it is because they've gotten good shots. A lot of good shots. And we'll be right back after this. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, and I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed, and you love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this much skill.
You love the unselfishness, finding the best look, and it doesn't matter who's taking it.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Sharing the wing spots, it's Vassell and Johnson. Then it's Josh Richardson. Then it's Gorgie Day. And it's Roby in at the 4 slot. And that's who's in the game for the Spurs. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. And Greg Keldon Johnson is listed at 6'5", but he plays much bigger than that.
He has the strength to fight for rebounds with anybody. Fearless on the court and plays with an endless motor. His strength and willingness to use it makes him valuable.
The Spurs making a switch here. Jones is checked in. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Keldon Johnson. That is his first foul of the game.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Doncic against Jones. Doncic left side. Here's Finney Smith. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic. Doncic has got assist number 8 here in this one already. Fourth quarter just getting started. 1 minute in the books. Jang dishes to Johnson. And he goes right over Luka Doncic and slams it down.
Gorgie Jang, as a big man, is an excellent passer. That's a pretty look.
Awesome rewind courtesy of the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Here's Powell. And the dunk by Powell.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
I tell you, you can't get stops if you're unwilling to put in the work.
Now, here's Vassell. Dinwiddie covering. Vassell, the pass to Roby. He kicks it to Johnson. Pass to Roby. Shot clock at 5. Lets it go with a 3. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D.
Dallas ball. Substitution for your Spurs. Jakob.
And the Mavericks call time here. And now we present our New Balance player of the game, Luka Doncic.
And he's had a very good night shooting the basketball. A little over 50% from the field. And a lot of those shots have come against some tight D. That shows the level of his focus and consistency.
Well, to come in here facing a hostile crowd and have a game like he's had, that's what separates the good players from the great players. And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to listen in on what Jason Kidd was talking about with his players. He wants them to maintain their balanced attack, but he told them they're doing a great job of finding space out on the perimeter, which has led to all those good shots. He likes the rhythm and the flow of this offense. He just told them, keep shooting it with confidence. Kevin?
Thank you, David.
Authoritative finish by Luka Doncic above the rim.
Spurs trail by 14. they've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Back to Jones. Pirtle trying to get open. He gets that one.
How good a playmaker are we watching? Always leading, always trying to create for others.
Jones against Doncic. To the middle. Now here's Dinwiddie. He's tightly guarded, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
This is a smart kid who works hard, right? I mean, Powell draws the foul, gets to the line. Nicely done, young man.
All right, we'll take a look now at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for Dallas.
And guys, how about the unselfishness and all about working that ball around, shifting the defense, and just seeking out the best shot.
I also like how they've played in the painted area. They've made an effort to work on the inside and convert those chances.
And the basket by Vassell.
And the D getting outworked there on the putback. Can't let that happen.
You have got to put a body on somebody. We talk about it ad nauseum, but you've got to be disciplined with the box outs.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Here's Johnson. Going inside. Dishes it to Pirtle. Shoots over Powell. The offensive rebound. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. That one goes on wood.
Well, for a player with Pirtle's size, that type of play he needs to make. Get inside, draw contact, get to the line, be physical. Love it.
He misses the free throw.
Wow, what, did he have something in his eye on that shot?
Maybe. And the second free throw, good.
And Pirtle is a massive guy, someone that uses his height exceptionally well to get high-quality looks at the bucket.
Now, here's Doncic. Kicks it out to Dinwiddie. And a miss there on the triple. Johnson outside. Pirtle with a screen on Hardaway. Here's Johnson. McGee with the block. To the paint. Back to Dinwiddie. The shot's good on the assist by Doncic. Doncic has got assist number 10 tonight with that last one. And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for the Spurs. They trail by 14. We've got 1:13 left here in the fourth quarter. Those 3-pointers off the mark. Dallas shooting has been wild, 76%. That's just unbelievable.
And so only one team answered the bell tonight, guys. Not a monster blowout by any means, but still a double-digit victory for the Mavericks.
This was a very efficient offense tonight.
And they found a way to get their shots to go down. A little luck didn't hurt. A lot of their 50-50 shots fell their way.
And I think a great job in positioning themselves for the W here. It's win number 21 on the season.
And against a conference opponent, always good to take that first win of the season series to establish a psychological edge.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Luka Doncic.
Boy, I have loved this guy's energy all night. There was never a point in which he let up. The triple-double evidence of the kind of effort and skill he has.
And that one falls for Jones. So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. And so Jones nails both of them. And the Mavericks with possession here. 17 points was their biggest margin. They get it back. Kicks it out to Dinwiddie. Bangs home the trifecta. And the Mavericks lead by 17.
Spirited performance. You love to get this kind of win, especially on the road.
You've got to be able to block out all distractions in enemy territory. This team did a tremendous job staying focused on the task at hand.
From deep, Collins. No good there. So we see the Mavericks taking the win here. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for tuning in. So long and good night, everyone.